Okay, thank you. Okay, so we also try to understand how humans identify objects. Then from there, we can now find out how computers also see objects. Then likewise, we understand how computers learn to identify objects. Then we'll try and find a relationship between numbers and colors, because computers will working with numbers. So we'll try to understand what numbers and colors, the relationship that do exist between them. Then we'll also try to understand what images are and how to manipulate images. Okay, so we will start by how human being sees objects. So basically, to see an object, light from the object have to reflect into the human eye to enable the human eye to see. So light from the object reflects into the human eye, which passes through the pupil, the lens where rays are being refracted, and the rays gets to the most sensitive part of the human eye, that's the retina, which contains some photoneurons, which convert the rays into electric signals and pass those electric signals to the brain for interpreting, that the brain interprets it as an image. And that's how come humans see. Now we'll move on to how humans identify objects. Now, identifying objects is not an easy task for humans, but basically we learn what we are being told. So when you're a child, you see various objects, but you learn from your parents and from peers or elderly siblings what those objects are. So for example, you'll be told that, hey, this object you see is a car. So you see vans, trucks, buses, but as a child, you still call them cars. But growing up to like an adult or teenage, for the same objects, your mom corrects you that, hey, this is not a van, or this is not a car, this is a truck. So you learn to differentiate between small object types like cars from big object types, and you call those trucks. So you learn two differences between those vehicle types. So first, you know cars, that, hey, all these are cars. Then later, when you're growing up, you learn that, hey, some are cars, some are trucks. So you know the small ones are cars, but the very big ones are trucks. But there's more to it. You grow up, adulthood is very difficult, man. This guy is bored. You grow up and realize that, hey, so even the bigger ones, they are versions, right? So some are buses, some could be trucks, some could be vans, right? So you learn there are different stages of what's learning. But realize that even with this learning process, it depends on the individual, how fast the individual is able to learn, right? And this comes with characteristics of the individual, the person's brain makeups and other stuff, how the person is able to conceptualize things, understand things at a very early stage. But at the end of it all, we want to understand that, hey, there's always a process of learning and identifying things, because we have been told or fed with an information that this object is a car. So anytime we see such an object, automatically it rings that, hey, this is a car, right? But our brain processes things very fast. Now we move on to how computers see objects. Now we know how humans see objects because, hey, where we see an object, light from the objects, there's reflection from the objects, and it passes through the eye for us to see. But computers, so unlike humans, computers see objects differently, right? So when you give a computer an image, right, like an image like this, a computer might not see this as an image, right? What it sees are numbers, okay? So it sees an image as arrays of numbers. So that it means that we really need to understand the numbers composition and how to work with those numbers and colors, right? So you could see an image of a dog over there, And we just see that, hey, the dog has been represented by numbers, and that's what the computer understands. But the question is, what is the link between these numbers and the image we see over there? We agree that every image is made up of pixels, right? So the matrix or the array of numbers you see over here, each cell in this matrix, each cell represents a pixel in the image. Each cell represents a pixel in the image. And the numbers you see in the matrix represents the amount or degree of the pixel. So the intensity, right? So you see that the part is black, and look at the image. Some parts black, others are white. No, and these colors are being determined by the numbers we see in the matrix. Now we now know how computers see objects. It visualizes objects as numbers. But how does it identify objects? For computers, we have to feed it with a wide variety of images, right? So we feed it a whole lot of images and tell it that, hey, this object is a dog, this is a car, this is a cat, a whole variety of it. Then we train the computer to be able to differentiate between all those images we have given it. And that's what the computer does. It learns from the data by first extracting features from the images, right? So when I give it a car, a cat, and a dog, the dog has its features, whilst the cat also have its features, right? So it tries to extract features from the dog and extract features from the cat and learn from those features, right? And those things are also represented in numbers, which we'll get into it. Then after extracting the features, it then does a classification. Tell us that, hey, this is a cat, this is a dog, or this is human, this is a car. So numbers and colors. So computers actually have a set of numbers that we visualize items in. That starts from 0 to 225, where 0 is black image and 225 is white, right? In between 0 and 225 is a gradient of color, that's black and white. So when you're getting closer to 0, I mean they're having shades of black. And when you're getting closer to 225, you're having shades of white.
Is it 225 or 255?
Thank you, 255. Now to colors. So there are some primary colors that we know, like the red, um, blue, and green, right? Those are the primary colors. And you can mix two colors to get a secondary color. And when you mix all the primary colors, you get a white image, right? Now this is a number representation of each color, right? Now I want to explain what each means. So I'll use the red as an example. Now, for each image that you have, a colored image, it has 3 channels, which we'll talk about what the channel means, right? It has 3 channels, mean that just take the channels as 3 images stuck together, okay? Mean that it will have a red channel, a blue channel, and a green channel for a colored image, which are be stuck together. For it to have a maximum red that's having only the red, it will be 52550, right? Maximum. Now we can have various shades of this red by varying the intensity of this 255. So when we vary this intensity from 0 to 255, we get different shades of the red with these numbers if we are in that particular channel, right? So if we have the red channel of the image, and we are varying the numbers from 0 to 225, you're going to get different shades of red, the same as the others as well. Now, we would like to understand images. So given a colored image, I said when you have a colored image, it basically has three channels, right? So there's red, green, and blue. And these blue, green, and red channels have been stuck together, right? Now see these channels are as different images stuck together, right? So the first channel, which is the red, has an image of a dog inside. That of the green has an image of dog in there, and that of the blue has an image of dog, which have been stuck together to give us a colored image. Right. Now, for each of them, contain certain numbers in there, right? So for the red, there's 3, there's that different numbers, right? So now, to get a pixel that you see in the image, let's say a particular pixel, so to get a particular pixel value, right, it's a mixture of the 3 colors, right? So we have blue, green, 3, and its intensity gives us that particular color that we see in the image, right? But for humans, we see images in this arrangement where the red comes first, followed by the green, and followed by the blue, right? So that's how we see object. Any questions before we move on? Okay, so that's for the introduction of computer vision. So now we'll start by getting some images. I shared a folder with you guys that contains some images, right? So first we start by doing some image processing, okay? But I realized that most individuals got the email late for installation of the packages. So we will use Google Colab for our first class. Then subsequently, we will sell to the other softwares I asked you guys to download and install. Okay. So I'll go ahead and share my screen for the image processing. Okay. So, okay. I don't know how many of you know how to set up Google Colab. And I think from this class, you'll be doing most of the things you'll be doing will be hands-on. So you'll be following the stuff as I do them over here. Okay. Please let me know if you have the folders and if you're following along, you want to program along with it so that we can all set up the Google Colab together.
Where can we access the folder? Okay.
The folder?
Okay. Is that what Kelvin just posted on the chat?
Kelvin just posted a chat. So I shared, if you check your shared image, your shared folder, you should have a folder that I have shared. Reginald.
Yeah, I have seen it now. Calvin has sent it to the page.
Okay, that works. Okay. So we are going to start with that. Okay, so now to work with Google Colab, you first have to connect the Colab, okay, to your Google Drive, right? And this is the command that we use. So if you have it opened, we can all run this. And when you run this,
Can you put it in the chat?
okay, that'll work. Copy this. Let me copy this. Okay. So when you run this on Colab, it gives you this address to link it to your Google Drive. Okay, so I'm doing that, linking it to Google Drive. It gives you this access to okay. So I come here and I paste it in there and I continue running. Okay, good. So it has mounted my Google Drive, right? So now, if you have done that, we can all create a folder in our Google Drive and put the files that I gave you in there and put a Google Colab also in there, right? So I seed into the path to my file in my Google Drive. So I have a place, yeah?
Sorry, Armstrong. What's the authorization code again?
Authorize for which one?
After running the first code, what
Yeah,
you
so
shared.
you follow the instruction. It won't allow you to access it through your personal Google Drive, like Gmail, right? So realize that I went to my own. So let me start again.
Yeah.
Let me restart. So I'll run this. It's already mounted. So let me just kill it. Restart. So I'll run this.
Hello, Armstrong.
Yeah. So this link comes, right?
So, yes. Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you, but can you please start the whole collab again? Because
yeah, I just started all over again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you run this, you get this enter authorization code. Now you click on this link. You click on this link. Now it comes and say, hey, choose an account, right? To continue to your Google Drive for the desktop. So I'm going to log in with my Gmail, right? So I click, already have it in there. So I click on this, right? And if you're not signed in, it's going to ask you to enter your password and other stuff for your particular Gmail. Then I said allow. When I allow it, it gives me a certain code to put it into the Google Colab. So I copy that code. Then I go back to the Colab and I paste it in there. And as soon as I paste it in there, I hit on enter to run it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it works.
It doesn't work for me.
Does it work for you?
No.
What did you enter the
I
enter?
don't see what you see on your computer. When I
Can
use the
you share your screen?
Okay. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Oh, you have to give me sharing ability.
Okay, you can share now.
So let me just get out of here and go use the link that Kelvin sent. Yeah, sorry. This is the link, right?
Yep.
Okay. Is this what you
Okay.
got?
No. Okay, so close this, close, cancel it.
Okay.
Go back to my
I think
drive.
she could open a new notebook from that.
Yeah. I've seen it, but I wanted to open a folder, create a folder, and put all her stuff in there. Okay. So go back to your drive.
Okay.
Your drive. Okay. Okay. Then go to
Yes,
new. Go to new.
sorry, you don't have to see these.
Go to new.
New, okay.
Yep. Then scroll down, or let's create a folder. So create a folder.
Folder.
Yeah. And name the folder, let's say computer vision.
Computer vision. Okay.
Okay, create. Okay, so you have a folder in the computer vision. So you can open the folder, open the computer vision folder that you have created now. It's up there. Yeah, folder. Yep. Good. So click on new.
Okay.
Go to more. So give you an option to add the collab. So just use the link that Kenoli sent you, Kelvin sent you, and add the new, notebook to it. So just click on that link and you can add new notebook. Put that notebook into this file. Yeah,
This
so
one?
notebook, yeah, there's a new notebook option down there. Yeah, so you click on that. Okay, good. Then copy the
code you sent.
Yes, and put it here, then run it.
This one, right? Oh.
Click the play like button.
Yeah,
On the...
good. Okay, so click the link that you have given you over there.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, so log into your Gmail. Okay, scroll down, allow access. Okay, now copy that. Take it back to the collab. Then, yeah, paste it in there. Then hit enter. Okay, so you should mount it.
Okay, thank you.
Good. So now you just have only one cell. To add extra cells to it, you see where you see plus code. Okay, so click plus code. Yeah, it gives you extra lines of code. Okay, so now we are done with one cell. So if you want to add more cells to what you are doing, you just have to click that particular pattern menu.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, that works. Who else has an issue installing it?
Yeah, I also have an issue.
Okay, can you share your screen? You want to use this time to set up so that we can Come over the
Okay.
same page. Okay.
Okay.
You can share your screen.
Okay.
Okay, so click on new notebook. It's down there.
Okay.
Okay, then copy the link that I sent to mount the Colab to your drive. In the chat, I posted that in the chat. You have it in the chat.
No.
Okay, so I'm resending the code to mount it. Everyone, again.
Yeah. Is it this link?
No,
Not this link.
I'm sending it again. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Yes, send it to the chat. So copy this, paste it in the first cell, then run it. Good. So, yeah. Okay, so click the link that you have over there. Click that link. Then log into your Gmail. Then scroll down, allow access. And copy that.
Well,
Yeah, enter.
is it necessary for your images and your file to be in the same folder?
No, you can always see to it. Like you can always define the path to that.
Okay,
But it's much easier to put them in the same folder.
same folder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who else? Have you all set up? Okay. So I think we can move on from here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mine is giving me syntax error.
Syntax error. Can you share your screen?
I think there's a problem with this code.
Yeah. Can you share your screen to see what's happening? We have about 2 minutes more to fix every issue. Then if there's any issue again, I have 30 minutes after the class to help you out with that. So let me see your code and I can try helping you within the next 2 minutes. Then we continue from there. Are you sharing your screen? Okay. Okay. Then let's continue because I'm not hearing back from him. Okay. So back to what we're about to do. Okay. So now when you mount your Colab with your Google Drive, we want to see the items in there, right? So if you want to see the items in there, use this command. So this list, okay. Then you hit enter, shift run. So when you combine the key shift run or shift enter, it runs the cell, or you can use this to run the cell, right? So when you run this, it's going to give you this, right? When you click, that's going to lead you to that, hey, these are the items in this particular mounted drive, right? So there's a J drive and the sample data, right? Now you can change a directory to wherever your folder is, or wherever those items that you have, the folder I shared with you. Yeah.
It's just showing G drive sample data. It's
Yeah,
not
good.
showing. Okay.
We'll go from there, right?
Okay.
So then we can decide to, from there, there's a part in your drive called content. So we can all do this. We can seed into J drive. We can seed into J drive. Okay. Okay, so when you seed into J drive, there's nothing there, but we have what's called content, right? So if we bring the content, so content comes first. Okay. So when we seed into J drive, now we have seed into the J drive, okay? Then we can list whatever is in the J drive. Now let's see what's in the J drive. We have my drive, okay? So realize that these instructions I have over here is what is leading me to where I have my folder in, right? So I think when you get to my drive, you can see the folder in there, okay? So when you add my drive to this, I do a list, right? So these are the items I have in my drive, okay? Okay, and this will also include the stuff that you also have. Are you okay? So just move from content. Yeah.
Then pick it up from where you enter my drive.
Okay, so just have your code like the way I have my code over there. From content, go to J drive.
Okay.
Then from J drive, go to my drive.
Okay.
Type it as such. Yeah, the same thing. Let me copy this inside the chat.
I'm getting error.
Okay, can you share your screen? Let me see why you're getting it. Can you share your screen?
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, do you know something? Check your drive, how you spelled it. It's
okay.
It's case sensitive, okay? So I think the D is capital.
The D is capital.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you okay? I've shared it with you guys, so you should have it in your chat. So from there, if you have any folder in there that you have your file in there, you can seed into that particular folder, okay? So in my case, you just have to do it like the way I've done it. So you just be adding the folder's name to it, okay? So right here, from content, I went to J drive to my drive. Then I have advanced research methods. Then I have a folder called, inside advanced research method, I have a folder called computer vision, and I seed into it, okay? So it has all the stuff in there. So if I do lists, it lists every information I have in that particular folder. So in there, I have a PowerPoint in there, I have some Python files in there, I have a folder called images, right? So I put my image files in the folder called computer vision. Okay, so I have a folder called computer vision. In there is a folder also called images. And that's the images I shared with you guys. Hope you're on the same level. Okay.
So Armstrong, are we supposed to copy those images in the folder?
Okay, so you can create a folder. Let me go to my G drive. So this is my drive. And this is the folder I have, research methods. I have this folder. And inside that folder, I have another folder called computer vision. And inside that computer vision, that's where I keep my image. The image I shared with you is in this folder, right? So I seed into this computer vision and I'm making reference to this folder each and every single time I'm working. Okay, so you can also have the same pattern whereby you create a folder called computer vision, then you put your images in there, okay?
Okay.
So what you do is that right from my drive, the next thing you come here will be computer vision, okay? Then everything inside the computer vision folder, you can list it to see whatever is in there. Then copy your the image folder into that particular folder.
Okay.
So there are some libraries that you're going to use. The reason why we're using Google Colab is because we don't want to have issues with installation of packages. Since most of you are not familiar with installing packages, most of these packages are being installed in Google Colab already, so we can only import them. Now, to use a package, we have to import the package first, right? Now, packages, see packages as like a big folder, right? That has different files in there, right? And those files are sometimes like functions that we can call out to do certain tasks for us, right? So there are some packages that we want to use because it has certain functions that we'll be needing those functions for our computation, right? So we need something like NumPy. Pandas, I don't think we'll be using it, but it's a very good library, okay? Computer vision, that's computer vision version 2, that's the CV2. I think is the most used package for computer vision, right? Then to show the images, I'm going to use this. Let me copy all this into the chat so that I can also copy it and so this is a list of packages that we are using. Now, so with the NumPy allows us to manipulate numbers like arrays of numbers.
Yeah, Armstrong.
Yeah.
Armstrong.
Yep.
Charlie, can you scroll up your code a bit and let me see something.
Are you okay?
Okay. So to access the documents, then I need to to access the document. Do I need to use the line 8, right? Line 8.
Yes, yes. So as I said, you can create a folder called computer vision, then put that folder called images into that particular folder. Are you okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So the packet or the libraries that you'll be using more often will be NumPy to manipulate the numbers, then the CB2, and the skimage. Now, the CB2 and the skimage and the PIL are all like libraries to manipulate images, right? But the most widely used is a CB2, the OpenCV. But for the skimage and the PIL, they process data really fast, you know. So probably we're using the skimage to read images, okay? Because it processes images really fast. But when you have to do image manipulation and stuff, because OpenCV, that's a CB2, has a lot of functions, we'll resort to that, okay? First, we have to understand how to manipulate these images. Then we move on to video manipulation. Then we can understand how to do some object detections and tracking from the image that we have learned. Okay. So I'm going to run this. So I run this. Okay. So, and I didn't mention about matplotlib. Okay. So the matplotlib function allows us to plot functions, right? So I'm going to use the plot function there to do some plotting and showing images. Okay. So in there, now because I've seeded into my computer vision folder, right? There's another folder called images in there. And there's an image, okay, in the folder called one.jpg, right? So I'm creating a certain path for that particular image. So I say image path, I want to load that image, okay? So because when I did this, you saw the list of items inside my computer vision folder. That's what I've seeded into. But I want to go inside the images to get a certain image in there.
Okay.
What do I do?
About quick question.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I should share my screen.
Okay, share screen really quick.
So when I imported my images, this is how it looks like. Do I
Okay.
still need to?
So you have seeded into your images, right?
Okay.
So you could have seeded into the computer vision, right? If you want to follow what I'm doing, you can just seed in computer vision.
Okay.
Yeah, so seed into computer vision. Yeah.
Okay.
Then do a list, run this. Good. So you're going to see your images in there.
Okay.
Right. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that works. Okay. So then, yeah.
Yeah, let me share my screen. It looks like I'm having the image. Excuse me.
Okay. Okay, so you also have the same issue. Yeah, you seeded into the images, right? But just see into the computer vision folder, right? So go back, scroll up.
Okay.
Scroll up. Yeah, so this should have been enough, right? You should have seeded here.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of seeding into the images again, you should just seed it over here. Okay. So I think scroll up. I think to seed back, do CD, then 2 full stops. Then run it. Good. So you have seeded back into your computer vision, okay? So run the, that's good. So you are good to go, okay?
Am
Awa,
I the-
Yeah.
Awa,
the dot-
I missed the last 3 minutes because I mean my network just went off. MTN are finished here, so I missed the last 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. But have you been able to
I
see
hope it wasn't.
No. We have just seeded into the images, okay? So you are now moving further.
Oh, okay, then let me do that. Okay, let me do that.
Yeah.
I don't have the .py file.
The dot. Oh, don't worry about those stuff. You are just dealing with the images, okay? Just that. Okay. So this is what you have in your folder. So just giving us the items you have in your folder. You don't have that particular item in your folder. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. You are fine. Okay, good. So we continue from here. Okay. So I now create a path, okay, to my image that I want to load. Now, this image is in a folder called images, and the image is called 1.jp, JPG, okay, JPEG image. So I create a path, and I imported this SK image as IO. So I used to read. It has a function called image read, okay? So I call that function, so io.image read, to read this image. Now, let's see something. Let me comment this out. Now, we have read the images. Now, let's see how the computer interprets the image. Let me print out image. So there's a function called print, okay? Function called print, that will print out what I've over here. File not found. Check my path.
I think the files moved into a new folder. I don't know why, but I think right now it's in the computer vision folder in the images folder.
Oh, people should have copied it. So they have moved my files. Okay. Yeah. You should have downloaded the files yourself and you copy the files onto your, but they have moved my files rather. So let's see. Oh, they have moved it into a folder called computer vision. People are just moving the files around. Okay, see, you have to download a copy, like create a copy for yourself. Okay. And that's the reason why you guys are having problems, because you have to download a copy for yourself. Okay. Let me upload the new file because people have just moved the folders around.
Can you put the code you just you were trying to execute in the chat so that I attempt and see?
The code, the print images.
Yeah.
Print images.
Not just the print images, but actually you assign the image to something. I didn't get.
Oh, okay. It's IO dot. I'm trying to get back the images, okay? Then you put the file path here, okay? I'm sorry, it's not IMN read.
I think there was one before this one.
That was the path to the file.
Okay, okay.
Let me copy.
I missed something. I've missed it.
So I'm sharing back my screen. Well, okay. So I just uploaded a new file into my Google Drive. So I'll mount again. But initially, when they share files with you, just download the folder and you upload it into your Google Drive. Okay, otherwise you'll be moving the file because it's a shared folder. So you don't take time, you'll be moving the files up and down, and you not have a copy for yourself. I go back. So I do this. I seed into this. Upload a new folder for myself called images. One. So here I have to change this name to images one. Okay. And I run this. I import the files. Good. And I run this. Good. So realize that the image that I have read, that's the 1.jpg, is coming as an array of numbers, right? I see an array of numbers. Now, each row represents the values in a particular pixel, right? And we said there are 3 channels. So we have the first, second, and third. Okay. Now I've printed out this, realize that it's actually reading or getting the image in terms of numbers. Okay. And these are the intensities of them, 152, just for all the pixels in the image. You have the values over here. So I printed it out. Let me comment this. Now, if I want to show the image, just use a function to show the image. Now look at this, right? It's supposed to be a colored image, but the problem with this package is that it rearrange the colors, the channels in the image, right? Because humans are used to red, green, and blue. That's how our eyes see red, green, and blue. But the package reads the channels differently. The package reads the channels differently, okay? It reads the channels blue, green, and red, so backwards. And that's the reason why we are having this color. Now, to have the normal image, we have to use a CV2 function called convert color, okay? So now, if I pick this image that I've read using the SK image, and I pass the image through this function, the OpenCV function, convert color, and I say, hey, change the color from the blue, green, red channels to red, green, blue channel. Then show the image. So let me do this image one. I'll name this image one. I'll name this image two. And I'll show both images. So show image one and show image two.
Armstrong.
Yes.
Please, where you are going over the IMG underscore part, please, if you can go over that part for me.
Okay, so this this folder contains my images. The images one contains my images, right? Inside the folder called computer vision. Okay. It contains, yeah. And the image I'm picking is, this is the image name, 1.jpg. Okay, this is the name of the image. So I just seed into that. I just create a path here and just pass it in there. Okay. So rather than showing the two images, now you're back to the original image, how the image is supposed to see, where we have the red channel first, versus when we have the blue channel first, right? And this is what they use for the filters, right? Foam filters and stuff. So when you're using a filter, is either doing one of these things, either changing threshold, either it's filtering out something, or it's just rearranging the channels in the image, okay? And that's what foam filters does. So one of these things have been programmed in there. To realize that, hey, this image is giving us blue channel first, before green, before red. That's the other one is giving us the red channel, the green, and the blue. Okay. Now, what we can do, yeah.
Can you copy the code into the chat? Since you're moving the screen up and down. Yeah.
I'll just always have to stop sharing. Good. Okay, so now we know how to get these images. Okay, so now let's see, we can filter out the images into various channels. We said there are 3 channels, right? So let's assume we pick only one channel. So over here, I'm just picking only one channel, and I'm indexing the first channel, which is 0, right? So the first channel is index 0, second channel index 1, and the third channel is index 2. Okay. So I'll show, let me show this image too as well. Let me pass image 1 in there. Name this image 3. Here's 1, right? And show image 3. Okay, so this is going to give us black and white image. Okay, you can see this is a black and white image. Okay, because we are just showing one channel. Okay, we are just showing only one channel where the numbers will vary from 0 to 255. Okay, we are showing just one channel because we need to understand how these things are done, so that we will understand when we are building an object detection stuff. Okay, so we are just manipulating image. So we have an image, what we can do to the image, right? So over here, just taking out only one channel, and here we are just showing the first image, and here we are showing the actual thing that we see with our eyes. We're going to convert the color. Okay, so you can see the various ones, right? Yeah.
Can you go over the image 3 again?
Okay. So over here, we said every colored image has 3 channels. Every colored image has 3 channels, right? It has the red, the green, and the blue, right? The red, green, and the blue. And for each channel, we can extract it out, right? And each channel has numbers varying from 0 to 255 in there. But I want to extract just one channel. To get one channel, we have to index the image like this. So we already have an image which we have read already as this, right? But because we read it with this function IO, we said that this function rearrange the channels. It starts with blue first, green, and red. instead of starting with the red channel first, it rather starts with the blue, right? So if we want to see the image as a normal image, we have to convert the blue, green, red channel into a red, green, blue channel to see it as a normal image. And also, we can decide to extract just one channel, right? One channel from the image, because we said take each channel as an image. As I said, like it's a stack of images in 3 channels, right? So if you extract one channel, you get a black and white image. Why? Because that channel will have numbers from 0 to 225, depending on the intensity. So we just extracted just one channel. And this is the index, 0. And if I want to extract a second channel, I'll use 1. If I want to extract a third channel, I'll use 3. Okay. I'm sorry, I'll use 2. Now let's see whether this.
Hello, Armstrong.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a name error when I run the code.
Name
When I
error.
run the
No, I mean, probably the file, the way I've named my files, not the way you have named your files. Okay, so make sure that the image, you have a folder called images1. If not, it's going to give you name error, okay? Or the part does not exist.
I have done. Let me share my screen and then.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, so this.
That's because you don't have image there. You have image 1. So you might have to select image 1 or image 2.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So change, yeah, good. Okay, so that works for you. Good.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Cornelius, for your help. Okay, so we now know how to extract various channels from images. Okay, now let's see the shape of a colored image. Let me just go down and do image. So our image 2 is a colored image. So let's say image.shape. Let's see. So we have the shape of the image, just 298 times 530 times 3, okay, and 3. Now you know that the 3 is a channel. So a colored image, said a colored image has 3 channels. So that's what we have, the 3. Now we have the number of rows and the number of columns, right? So when I showed you the matrix, right? When I show you the matrix, right? So realize that, hey, there's a certain number of rows and a certain, so look at this. So it was 6 by 6 by 3, right? So we have 3 channels stuck together. So that's 1, 2, 3, like the depth, right? 3 images stuck together. And the number of rows and columns. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, right? So that's the shape of the image. So every colored image will be like this. Now let's look at the image that we have extracted and see the shape of that image. Realize that we're going to have it as that image was called image 3. So it should have only one channel. That image was called image 3. It's supposed to have only one channel. Yes, so it's not showing that. So it has only one channel. Do you understand? So it only has just one channel showing, right? So we have 298 by 530 by 1. Just one channel is showing. Okay. Now we can also decide to, like, threshold things and make, change the images to suit whatever we want to do, right? So what I did here was, hey, I took the first channel of the image. Now we know how to take out channels, right? So I said if I index this one with 0 is the first channel, and index this is the second channel, right? So I'll take this image, read the image again. So I have to change my path to this because I have a new path. Read this image, then pick out the first channel in the image. So this one is picking out the first channel. Are you okay? And I'm multiplying by a scale factor, a certain factor. You know that this image read over here is an array of numbers. So I can multiply it by other numbers and stuff, right? So I scale it by 0.8. And the same thing, read the third channel and multiply by a certain number. And I added them to get a new image. So I form a new image now here. So this will give me a new image, whereby it takes the first channel, multiply by a certain factor, plus a third channel, multiply by a certain factor to get a certain new image. Now we can show that image as this, okay? And we can check the shape of the image, which is what? That's just one channel. Okay, so this is what the filters that we normally have, they do, right? So basically they are just doing various combination of changing the numbers in the image, right? Filtering out stuff. Now, when you have an image, you realize that, hey, the image has a lot of red in there, right? We can threshold and remove some of the red. Okay, the same way we can convert all red images or red pixels to a different color. Okay. So over here, I created a list to my path. Okay, so I wanted to read out two images. Okay, read out two images. So this square bracket represents a list, and this is the first item, and this is the second item, right? So this will give me the first image, which is named 1.jpg, and this is another image named 21.jpg, okay? Now to read both images simultaneously, I have to loop through them, okay? So for each image in the image list, I want to read the image. Okay, I want to read out the image, then also convert the image, because when I've read out the image with the IO, and I told that this IO returns a certain, it reverse the original arrangement, which is the red, green, blue, to blue, green, red, right? So I want to convert this color to the original arrangement that we should know. That's the red, green, blue. So I converted it. Yeah.
Well, I think with your list, the URLs, I mean, the images, the second image in your list should be images 1 also.
Okay, thank you. Good, that's right.
And the file actually should be maybe 2, not 21. 2.jpg.
Good. So when we read out this, okay, when for each of them is going to pass through this, get the image, then I convert the image from blue, green, red to red, green, blue, okay, and store it in image 2. Then when I'm done, I want to show like the difference between the colors, right? So there's an OPC function that allows you to concatenate them, like join them together, right? So you can join the two images together. So the first image is the one that I read from this function, the SK image. And the second image is the one that I've converted, right, to the red, green channels, which I've have over here. So I can stack them together and put them in a new image called final frame, okay? Then I want to show that, okay? So let me run this, okay. So you realize that you see the difference between the image. So the same colored image, but for this one, it is showing the blue first before the red. So it has blue, green, red, while this one has, the second one to the right has the red, green, blue, okay? And this is how a human eye see, okay? The red, green, blue. So when I'm working with packages, you should know how the packages read items and how to manipulate them as such. So you could see, so I mean, this could be a filter where they have just rearranged the channels. So okay. No, so sometimes we have 3 minutes more to go. Okay, so I'll end over here, and if you have any question, I don't want to move further. We will continue from where we ended today. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Hello. Awa.
Yeah.
I hope we recorded the lecture because my network was fucking up and I missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you code your code? Will you code your code?
The code?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm most likely to share it, but I'll let you. Yeah.
I mean, to where we've gotten to, in case somebody wants to hear.
Sure. So we'll end over. If you have any question, you can ask. Then we'll continue same time tomorrow.
Who's that?
Can you mute yourself? Okay, so we will continue same time tomorrow. We will having the classes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday same time. Okay, because I'm enjoying the week. I mean, if you think the time might not be appropriate, so just let me know. Because over here, just trying to manipulate images, understand how to manipulate the images, and we'll move from image manipulation to like videos, and understand how videos are being manipulated. Then we get to object detections. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Any question? You don't have any question? Let me know so that finally close the class.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Please, when we meet next time, will we be using the Google Colab or we'll be using the software?
We'll use Google Colab, but when we are through the Google Colab, we move to the software. So if you don't have the software, just get it downloaded, PyCharm. Yeah,
okay.
because that's where we're going to do most of our manipulation in. Okay, so we'll do our video processing in there because Google Colab have issues processing videos. So to do video manipulation, you have to use the PyCharm. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, but feel free to email us if you have any question, and I hope you learned a lot from this class.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So
Thank you.
I'm ending the meeting now. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Have a nice day.